Almost a dozen weeks have passed, yet the scene here is gripped by a lingering shock from the tragedy. This is Jazeera Elementary School in Minab. Once a vibrant place where children ran in the schoolyard and filled the classrooms with laughter. Today these classrooms stand silent, the playground is empty, and the walls carry the scars of a violence that should never have reached here. On the first day of the US-Israeli airstrikes on Iran, the school became the scene of a horrific attack as classes were underway. Families here lost their most precious and cherished, their children. The bombings claimed 156 lives, most of them elementary school students. Several teachers, one of them pregnant, parents, and even a school car driver were also killed. Local residents say the area was hit by multiple strikes. This section of the school, where most students had gathered during the strikes, was completely destroyed, burying the children beneath the debris. The bodies of some victims, including 7-year-old Makan, have still not been recovered. Outside the school, at the resting place of many of the victims, the weight of the loss is still overwhelming. Some relatives too devastated to speak. Others try to put their pain into words.
Faride had gone to her child Adrina's school and managed to get her out. Then she went back to rescue other children when another missile struck. She was trapped under the rubble and killed. Her daughter was also killed 6 or 7 days later due to severe burns.
I was at work when my wife called and said the school had contacted us to pick up our child. Since I was further away, she said she would go herself. By the time I got near the school, it had been hit. My wife had arrived before me. I saw our car outside the school, and then later I learned that both my wife and child had been killed.
When the explosion happened, I was home. Shocked by the blast, I ran to the rooftop and saw smoke rising. I still didn't know my nephew Kian's school had been hit. Then someone called and told me. I couldn't believe it. I was alone, screaming. I called his pregnant mother and she said, "My child is trapped under the rubble."
Iran has called the attack a war crime, saying 2 American Tomahawk missiles struck the school. Authorities say the US-Israeli strikes killed 279 school students nationwide and damaged hundreds of schools. The UN Human Rights Council and several other international organizations have condemned the attack in Minab, calling it a grave violation of international humanitarian law. But for families here, the loss goes far beyond official statements. For many here, the memory of the children taken that day still painfully endures. Their absence speaks and demands justice and accountability. Tohid, Asadi, Al Jazeera, Minab.